better run when you hear that. I said, run when you hear that. You better run when you hear that. I said, run when you hear that. I said, you better run. I said, run when you hear that. Run when you hear that. You better run. I said, run when you hear that. Run when you hear that. Run when you hear that. Run when you hear that.
Good evening, everyone. Rich Foster here, Chewing the Fat. Welcome to another episode. Yes, we are live, real time. Not like last week's pre-recorded one, which I cheated on a little bit, but there was a pretty quiet week. Nothing really much to report on, and yeah, I just wanted to get a couple of events out the way and then see what people's feedback would be. And yeah, it's been an odd week to say the least. All right, let's battle on. Let's push on. Sorry. Good evening, Stevie. Stevie, that's bad. Stephen Hopwood. I'm going to give you a shout out in a minute, mate. Stephen Hopwood. For those of you that don't know, Scuba, his little furry friend, and they are in My Dog Rides a Jetski. It certainly does. So just to reiterate, there's a film screening this weekend up at the Powerhouse in Brisbane. Now, it's also nationally as well. I think it's a Top Dog Film Festival, I think it's called. But they're doing showcasing the video over various towns and cities across pretty much the whole of Australia. I don't know if it's going overseas or it's been distributed overseas in cinemas there. Stephen might have a better idea of that or not. But is it not this? Oh, it's following weekend. That's right. Yep. Wow. I'm glad you said that, Steve. I had it in my head it was this coming weekend. It's not actually this weekend. So the film screening in Brisbane is actually next Saturday, a week on Saturday and a week on Sunday. All right, so I think that's the 8th and the 9th. Let me just double check. Yes, 8th and the 9th. Now, I believe the 8th is sold out, but there are still tickets available for Sunday, and I think the screening time's 2 o'clock till 4 o'clock. Now, Stephen, while you're on, I believe you're doing a Q&A on the Saturday. Oh, it's at New Farm as well. Okay, cool. All right. Top Dog Film Festival. I believe that's the site to look up, the Facebook page to look up. But there's still tickets available for the Powerhouse. Now, I believe Stephen's doing a Q&A at the Powerhouse on Saturday. I don't know if he's doing it Sunday. Does Scuba get to do a Q&A with as well? Or has he got to stay at home? That's unfortunate. He doesn't get to see his own movies, Stephen. Poor show, poor show. So anyway, I think it's worthwhile, and the premise, like, it doesn't work. It's not rocket science to work out what it's about. It's dogs that get out there and do things. It's not just Scuba on the jet ski. There's another dog doing paragliding and all that kind of stuff. So it's definitely like I'm wanting to go and see it. I'm planning to go. I'm trying to convince my wife to come. I've kind of softened the blow a little bit by saying it's not just a normal movie. It's got dogs in it, and knowing that my wife loves dogs, um, I might have convinced her to tag along. Oh, is Scuba invited? But he's only there on Saturday. I'm not going to see him. Good morning, Roxy. Welcome. So yes, that's what's happening. There's also showings up in Noosa, so if you're up the sunny coast or whatever, you can catch a viewing of it there. I believe Newcastle, down New South Wales, Victoria, it's being shown in a variety of different places. But from Queensland's perspective and from Stephen and Scuba's perspective, Saturday, not this coming Saturday, Sunday, but the following Saturday and Sunday, 8th, 9th of August at the Brisbane Powerhouse. And check for New Farm Cinema. It might be both days, if not, it's one day. Okay, so check it out. Stephen, if you've got a freebie for Saturday so I can get into the Q&A, that'd be awesome. Sorry. Actually, no, I'll not take a freebie. I'll pay. I'll pay for my ticket. I'm happy to pay for my ticket. But hey, listen, good luck with that, Stephen and Scuba. So good luck to them. That's awesome. It doesn't just help put them on the stage and on the screen, but it just shows you a positive aspect to jet skiing and the various things that people do. And there are more than just Scuba that are out on their jet skis. So congratulations to Stephen and Scuba for being noticed and for being put on the silver screen. So awesome stuff. Well done, guys. Daz, good evening. Well done. Congratulations. Oh, what am I thinking? Sorry, my mind drifted off there a second there. Old age. I think it's old age. It's got to be. Daz, good evening anyway. Old chum. That's what it was. He's put me off with the old chum. That's what it was. Roxy, yep. I heard. Now, I'm going to shout out Roxy as well. Roxy obviously tunes in from St Helens, back in the UK. And unfortunately, her racing comp this weekend has been canned because of green algae, I think it was, in the water, which is pretty toxic, I believe. So no luck, Chuck, as I like to say. But listen, Rocks, it's a loss for the sport and it's a loss for the event. But given Roxy's still in the lead overall, it has kind of worked in her favour. So hang in there, Roxy. But nah, it's never nice when an event gets cancelled, and yeah, sorry to hear that. But I'm sure the next round will be just as competitive as all the other ones have been. So anyway, let's plough on. Got Connor Brink tuning in. Good evening, Connor. Be late, there you are. Who else have we got? Bailey. I don't know if you're still watching, mate. All the best. All right, now let's roll on to some of the things that have been going on in our little community. So there we are. Flicked over, round up what's coming up and what's been. Recreational riding and obviously the race riding as well. So as I was saying, British round, I think it's the 5th round of the British Jet Sport Nationals, has obviously been cancelled due to water safety quality. Now, New Zealand do have Jetski Racing New Zealand have got a competition coming up next month in August. Let's just open that event up. 22nd, 23rd of August. Enduro Series, I believe it kicks off round 1 and 2, it does. And it's at Stump Bay. If you're thinking about going over, Bailey, I think I heard you might be going over, but I don't know if that was this year or whether that's planned for after Christmas. I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, these guys have got round 1 and 2 planned for Stump Bay, 22nd, 23rd of August. Got a few weeks. Yeah, if you're planning on jumping on a plane and hitting up the crew over there, they might be able to fix you up with something and get involved with a bit of racing over there. So, oh, interesting, Billy. Billy, when are you going? Before Christmas or after? We'll see what he comes back with. So that's over at Jetski Racing New Zealand. Wellington, they have got a comp coming up. Let me just, I think they're the week after or similar dateline. Let me just quickly look that one up. 29th of it's a social ride. That's right. You had to cancel last weekend's Winter Enduro. So, yeah, they've got a social ride coming up on the 29th of August. So check that one out as well. If it's racing you're not into and you're looking for something a bit more laid back, there you go there. Hook up with the guys at Wellington Jet Sport Club and get yourself a nice little rec ride somewhere. All right, so that's partly New Zealand. As I said, round 5, unfortunately, cancelled. Poor water quality. Here's a little interesting concept for you, Roxy. Hamzat suits. What about racing in Hamzat suits? Different dimension to racing, I guess. So, okay, I'm being a bit silly, but interesting. I don't know how bad green algae is. I believe it's pretty bad. It's not good for the skin. It can cause death. Well, I believe it can poison and cause a lot of issues that can potentially result in a death. But it's sorry. I'm laughing at Roxy's comments, guys. If you can't see Roxy's comments, she's wondering. she's wondering. She thought Hamzat was a location. That's Hamlet, sort of. But nah, Hamzat's exactly. It is safety first, Roxy, and I totally get it. So, I'm just mucking around. So just tell me to shut up. All right, so that's what's happening in the UK, which is unfortunate. Now, while we're on that subject as well, please remember that Roxy is a member of the Pink Ladies race team run by 8-1 Racing, Tralee and Derek and the gang there. So they are trying to raise a bucket load of money for breast cancer awareness. And the links are on Roxy's page and they're also on 8-1 Racing's page as well. And we do have a couple of Queensland riders as well. We've got Bailey Mountford and we've got Stacey Ryan also involved as well. So keep an eye on their socials and give them all the support you can as well. And we've got some riders over in the US as well who are also racing with exactly dollary dues. I was watching the Bob Geldof thing last night about Live Aid. And I still, to this day, still remember the time he's saying, get your fucking money donated. Don't go out. Don't go to the pub. Donate your fucking money. Okay, so I've kind of said it in the same way. Okay, so dollars. Okay, the more the merrier. All right, now check out their socials. Anyway, Pink Ladies. All right, that's that. Oh, wait a minute. What happened here? What have I done? Hang on. I've lost a page. Here we go. Now, just checking before I move on. All right, here we go. Now, this one, I came across this one earlier this afternoon, which I had absolutely no idea was happening. In the UK, Roxy, you might be able to shed some light on this one if you've been following things over there. But Lee Robinson and I don't know who, I'm not sure of John's second name, but he might have been supporting. But Lee Robinson took on a challenge of navigating around mainland Britain on a stand-up jet ski, starting in London and finishing in London. So previously he'd done an English Channel crossing 35 years ago, and now he did a solo navigation around the mainland Britain from London to London on a stand-up jet ski, and he's just completed it. Okay, so I want to give him a shout out, like I do with the guys that were freeing the whale a couple of weeks ago, and the baby whale, sorry, and then whoever else helps out and does their thing and steps up. Um, Always got a shout out, and to me that's just great stuff. It's great achievement, and it's not something that can go unnoticed. And like there, let me just try and find it. It was also a challenge in aid of Alzheimer's and MS as well. So a bit of a double fundraiser as well. So fantastic stuff there. And Lee Robinson, great to. I'm actually going to see if I can reach out to him and maybe try and get him on in the next week or two and have a catch up with him. So I think I'd be, again, it's just another acknowledgement and another tip my hat to someone doing something great. There he is arriving. There he is arriving into London. How cool is that? How cool is that? Daz, I got no idea whether he went left or right when he came out from London. I got no idea. But how cool! That's so good. Um, yeah, that's just fantastic. So, hats off to you, Lee. Nice work, mate. So there you go. That's that. And like I say, I'm going to try and reach out to him and see if we can get him on for a chat and find out about him and do the usual thing, and get to know someone. You've heard the name, Lee Robinson. Probably don't know the face, but I'm going to try and put a face to the name. All right, so watch this space. All right, that's that. All right, now Joshua Dowling. Again, Joshua was someone who runs the one of the journals here, Watercraft Journal, I think it's called. I'm bad. I'm bad. Let me just. Oh, Watercraft Zone. Sorry, that's a different thing altogether. Yeah, that's right. So Watercraft Zone. That's right. Always keeps up to date with what's going on here in Australia. The latest updates on skis, brands, all that kind of stuff. There's been a few things going on with that Joshua's been reporting on. New models from what are potential new models for the upcoming brand releases. A lot of speculation about what Sea-Doo's bringing out, what Yamaha might bring out, and where Kawasaki's going as well. So there's a few things that have been put out there, and there's some things that I'm aware of, but they're not to be openly discussed at the moment. There's certainly things in the pipeline, which could change things quite a bit with the various manufacturers. So we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. I'm hoping to get Joshua on either in the next week or another couple of weeks. So it really comes down to his availability. I had hoped to try and get him on tonight, but unfortunately work commitments has stopped him from being available. So watch this space. Again, he's another one. I'll advertise it beforehand so everybody can tune in. The last time I had Joshua on, it was really informative and actually, funny enough, it was about facts and figures for accidents in New South Wales, Queensland, all that kind of stuff. And is that the anticipation that there's a Sea-Doo 350? Is that the anticipation? It wouldn't surprise me, to be honest. But like, why go bigger? Why do they need to go faster? They're already fast machines as it is. Um, I hate the. I could just imagine, and this is no disrespect to the experienced and the good riders, but I could just imagine all the wannabes riding about the Broadwater on their 350s that they've only just got and they've only just received their license. That's if they even have their license to ride them. So, um, yeah, there's a bit of speculation from Joshua that there might be a 350 on the cards. Um, I was watching briefly as well the Warcraft Journal, and with Kevin Shaw, and he was talking on Tuesday, sorry, yesterday. He was talking yesterday about the Kawasaki. So it looks like there's going to be a focus on the lower end market and a slight design change, specifically revolving around where the fuel goes. For those of you that didn't see Kevin's YouTube show yesterday, it looks like the lower models fuel inlet are going to be out on the front because the covers itself have actually got a little pylon, a little pocket which you open, which obviously where you're likely to put your fuel. So that's most likely going to be what's happening on the Kawasaki front. There is a couple of other potential upgrades to look out for there as well. But wait, watch this speed. Uh, so I'm, I'm different, truly. I try to compress it all. I don't like to string it out. Kevin's style's a little bit different, and I had to watch bits and pieces of it as well. But fair call. He puts the work in. Um, but yeah, it's a bit long for my liking. I must admit that once he got through some of the initial Kawasaki stuff that that he believed was going to happen, then yeah, it was. I was like, okay, I've had enough. I'll switch it off. So I didn't watch the full show. I just watched what I wanted to watch, and then that was it. I moved on. But hey, listen, it's worth catching up. It's on YouTube. You can go check out. You can go quickly scroll to wherever it is you need to watch it. Oh, Tralee, that's a blow to the. You're punching below the belt there. Dear, dear, dear. I like my Kawasaki. I won't say anything against it. All right, okay. So if it had been about Sea-Doo, that might have been a bit different. Is that what you're saying? Anyway, Joshua, I'm hoping to get on in the next couple of weeks as well. So watch this space. All right. Right, that's that. Now, wait a minute. I'm missing something. What am I missing? I'm missing something. Ah, here we go. Let's get that one out and let's put this one up. The one I did miss was Queensland. Now they had the Cameron Martin event at the weekend. Now needless to say, there was riders there. Could there have been more riders? Hell yes, hell yes. I think to have was been regarded in the past as a marquee endurance event, only attended by 9 riders, and I think 4 of them came from New South Wales. Like, hats off to those that came out and supported and those that actually took part in the race. It would have been really nice to see more riders get out there and challenge themselves and take part in it. Like, we only had 3 classes out of 4 that were meant to run, and only one of those classes had 1 entry in it. So all that rider had to do was basically finish, and they would get their title. And it's not to discredit what anybody's done, but in fairness to the riders, they all want some competition. And the only way that's going to happen is if racers come out and support the events that they're going to take part in or they want to take part in. Okay. It's nothing worse than waiting and waiting. It creates so much uncertainty, which is unfair on everybody else that's involved, and it's unfair on those who are thinking about entering and are waiting to see what happens, because before you know it, it's too late. All right, so hats off to everybody that took part in it. I've got to shout out the sponsors of that particular event as well. Benda Motor, let me get this right. Benda Moto Australia, Matt Atala. Thank you for that one. That's awesome. Jet Pilot, 8-1 Racing. We've got Nautical Image. We had AJSB, Australian Jetski Parts. We also had Renewed Glow and Brisbane Kawasaki involved as well. So hats off to them for putting their money in the kitty and making it what the event was. Okay. The weather was on point. It looked incredibly good for the day with the weather. And I've been up there with some of these events in the past, and they've been freezing cold, and that looked like a summer's day up there. Oh, sorry, Bailey donated as well. Was that on behalf of Brisbane Sea-Doo Can-Am as well, or was that just Bailey? I'm unsure. Sorry, I missed that one. I think might have been, I know that Brisbane Sea-Doo Can-Am were meant to be being involved, but I think Bailey had said that he was going to chip in on their behalf. So yeah, Tralee, the weather looked amazing. Looked absolutely amazing. The water conditions just looked fantastic as well. So thank you for that, Bailey. It was for Brisbane Sea-Doo Can-Am, so shout out to them as well. I believe their logo was also on the t-shirts as well. So yeah, shout out to them as well. My apologies for missing that one out. So thank you for that. Okay. All right. Now let's touch on this one here. All right. Say what you want about it. I'm happy to take your comments and take your words of wisdom about it. State titles info. The state titles are going ahead. They are definitely going ahead. Okay. Now, where this is from is a lack of, in previous competitions or big events, there's been a lack of people willing to step up and help. Okay. And it's always came down to the chosen few that have tried to keep it together, including on race days as well. Now, as some of you that have attended some of the QPWC events so far, I'm not ashamed, and I won't hide the fact that Jamie and some of the others have had to do, they've had to wear many hats. Okay, to be honest, that's unfair. It's unfair on Jamie. It's unfair on those others that are all having to do the work. And they're already putting a lot of time into it away from the track. Game day or race day should be more about everybody mucking together and getting the job done. State titles is a big event. Okay, there's a lot of organising that needs to be done for it, and thankfully the cry for help has been answered. And let me just get the message for this. I want to get this right. So I want to give a shout out on behalf of QPWC. Okay. Julie Williams, we've got Jess, Megs, Tralee, Bailey, Paul, Dan, the Bennett boys as well, and Carol Gronwell, who's also going to help out as well. So that's like, we still use more help, more people willing to take part and getting involved in the organising of it, and also getting stuff to the venue. There's 2 trailers that need to be picked up and taken up to Somerset Dam, including 2 rescue skis and the trailer with all the buoys and markers and stuff in the back. They both need to be taken up to the track as well. So fantastic. that these guys have stepped up. And I can, QPWC can't thank them enough for doing this and for helping out and stepping up. As much as they have, it shouldn't have really come down to this. It shouldn't have really come down to that. Okay, that post that's been put up there. But it is what it is. Okay, so if it's helped get people banded together and pulled together to make sure an event's taking place, it should be unavoidable because it shouldn't be happening. But let's remember, we've got people from New South Wales who are helping out, and also from, who don't actually have a vested interest in the club, except they're helping out or their son's racing or whatever. We as a club need to remember to return the favour. Okay, as a club, members need to return the favour back to an event in New South Wales, for example. And if that means attending a couple of their events to race or to get down there and help support with their race events, then if that's what it takes, then that's what it is. Okay, plain and simple. I'm probably preaching. I maybe sound like I'm preaching. But at the end of the day, it's the reality of what's happening in our sport. And it's not just QPWC. Every sport in jet skiing, every jet ski race event suffers from the same problems of lack of involvement because people just want to show up and race. And it's been like that for years. Okay, it needs to change. People can't just roll up and just disappear without helping to set up. Many hands make light works. You've all heard that saying. Okay, anyway, that's enough of me. Okay, I get annoyed because I sit on the sidelines, and although I'm not a direct rep of QPWC, I do want to do the socials and I do want to do promotional stuff as I do with any other jet ski event or sport that's going on at the moment. I'll help anybody that wants help, and help them get their message out there. Everybody knows that. Okay, so it's not just a problem with QPWC, it's a problem across the board. Okay, let's be honest. Let's be honest about it. It is a problem across the board. All right. Well, only you guys can fix that. All right. Done. All right, now let's go wreck. Jet ski socials, Southeast Queensland. I've looked on the Jet Ski Socials Northern Ireland page. They've been really quiet lately. I'll give a shout out to Stephen Seanan. Man, I don't know what's happening with you guys at the moment. You used to do rides on, once a month, but I haven't seen anything lately. I know your last one was meant to be your Isle of Man ride, but it would be fantastic if you could maybe, I don't know, even if it's just some of your members from your page that put together something, so we can see what you boys and girls are getting up to in that part of the world. So please get out there and get riding. Kevin has been a busy man. I'll touch on Jamie here, Jamie Vogler. Guys, if you don't know Jamie's a big YouTuber. He's a big social media guy. He's been out in Malaysia and Indonesia. He's been doing rides out there with the Sea-Doo crew. So there's, he does regular trips. He puts them up there. A little bit pricey, I must admit, but some people have done it. So kudos to them, and I'm sure they've been great fun. I look at it a little bit different. I don't know if I could justify that kind of money for memories are memories. That's great. I understand that, but there's a certain price that I'll go to. But then after that, nah, I'm not doing. I'm being a Scotsman. So anyway, that's that. All right, now where was Kevin's earlier today? Chris Bray out on the water, looked beautiful. I'm going to put that picture up. That's earlier today. Roxy, that's winter. That's winter for us over at the Morton Island Rex at Tangalooma. So there you go. Looking great. And there is a video from the weekend where Kevin had a bunch of people out, and a lot of the members from the group were out. I'm going to share that at the end of the show. Okay. Hang on a second. I need to get my Original messages up. Ooh, okay. Now, all right, now I've got to put this one up as well. Now, let me just see. Let me have a look at this one. All right. Okay, now. Okay, now while I've got Tralee on, is this a fundraiser for that's going to be happening? Sorry about that. That's what I get for being a bit light fingered. I wondered, I thought I'd shut down again. Tralee, just to confirm, is this for um, the state championships? Is this going to be a fundraiser at the state championships? I'd be interested to see. Bailey, Tralee, it's obvious you two are not in the same house. um, yeah, I know that, Tralee. It's always the same people. Always the same people. Um, let's. Okay, now. All right, let's have a look at that one. I'm going to show this on the screen here. It's probably the best way. You should hopefully be able to see that. Now, let me just get that ring out of the way. A fundraiser. Yes, the fundraiser will happen at the Queensland State titles. Chip in your money, get your money out. Pink Ladies, ideal opportunity to help donate to it, but also help get involved with the cooking and make it a social, make it a social event as well. There's nothing better than making an event instead of it being a bit of a long chore, having a bit of a more of a social aspect to it as well, and everybody's getting on, and it's just great fun. And let's just make it happen. Now wait a minute, what's happened to my live? There we go. All right, now, yep, bring your coins, bring your gold, bring your coins. Got everything a bit too close to me, so as soon as I catch something, boom. All right, so there we go. All right, things are happening. Okay, Queensland State titles are a go. Sausage Sizzle fundraiser, Pink Ladies is a go. Help, 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 please. Okay, right, that's that. All right, so Kevin's video is coming up at the end. Jetski family with Jake Braun. This is Kylo Foxtrot. I don't want to sound odd. I hope that's a real name. Or is it an AI name? I don't know. My bad if that is a legitimate name, but okay, fine. Kyle, right, okay. So I've just read it. All right, Kyle. Kyle's running this ride on the weekend here, 1st of August. A run up to Study, Peel Island, out of Jacob's Well boat ramp and return there. 7:30 a.m. ready to roll. All skis welcome. So let's just open that one and let everybody see. So the idea is depart Jacob's Well, 7:30, head up the north through the Broadwater to Peel Island, then over and then into Horseshoe Bay, North Stradbroke Island, Amity Point, then lunch stop with a crew, sightseeing your photos, and then a ride home to the finish line, which will probably end up being a bit of a race, but hey ho. Okay, bring your cameras. Make sure you, like, for peace of mind, people will always ask, do I need extra fuel? Bring your extra fuel just to be on the safe side. You never know. If it's not for you, you can help out someone else if they're running low. So again, it's all helping. Yep, there we go. Trelease hit the nail. Volunteers will feed you. We will feed you. So there you go. Let's get involved and let's try and push that, share it, get it out there so that we can try and get as much support volunteers and people helping out as possible and just cheering on the riders. And let's make it. It's the last QPWC big event of the year. And then they're probably going to sleep mode for a few months. But it's the big one, so make it happen. All right, guys. Opens, the entries, race entries are open. Okay. So that's this Saturday, recreational ride with Kyle and the crew from Jetski family. Where are we at? Let's go. I'll shout this one out. Oz Watercraft, the week before the state finals, they've got the competition over 2 days at Atkinson's Dam, 2-day event. Check them out. Go and see what they've got to offer. Again, it's another great venue. Go and see what's going on. Okay, check them out. That's them. Anything else I need to know? I think there's been a few skis up for sales. Oh, the Wild Water Hogs, in case you're not aware, out every weekend, most weekends when it's pretty well, especially in the winter months when it does get pretty hectic. Roxy, I bet you've never seen something quite like this. These boys are out here all the time. They do have videos online on YouTube, so check them out. And if you type in Wild Water Hogs, you'll come across something that's got them in it. So go check out some of their wild videos. They're amazing. There's some of the footage. Surfing the waves, jumping the waves. That's how they roll. And obviously it's whaling season at the moment, so there we go. Pretty crazy stuff. But it's so good. So good to see it when it's on film. Okay. Roxy, I'll find Roxy, I'll find a link for you and I'll send you a link and you can watch one of their videos, okay? Just so you can see how we roll here. Now, there was a comment from Tralee and Roxy, this is aimed at you. You probably read it. I don't know if you have. But Tralee's saying they've got a spark ready and waiting for you for next year's event here in Australia, which is usually around about March. Okay, and it's on the Gold Coast. So I'm pretty sure Tralee's probably already mentioned it to you, but just in case she hasn't, there you go. All right. So I think all you got to do is just get your way here, make your own way here, and that'll be pretty much you taken care of. All right. Chance to get away from the hubby and the kids. Okay. Right. Finally. Now, what have I been up to, guys? I have set up a web page, believe it or not. I've pulled the pin on it and I decided I'm going to do it. I've pulled the trigger on it and decided I want one. And it's taken me probably about a month to get it together and try and get it to where I want it to be. This is what I'm wanting to focus on as well. I want to do this kind of stuff and start generating some income from it so it can be a bit more of a business. And this is what I want to achieve. So it's all podcasting. If you're thinking about a podcast and want to set one up, please give me a shout. I'm happy to help, happy to assist, happy to point you in the right directions for equipment or even buy it on your behalf. It's entirely whatever you want. Live events, community events is what I'm looking at. This is where because grassroots sports across the board and events and organizations can't afford to pay mega bucks, mega money. Like I had somebody having a go at me during the week because I was offering one free session to a club or an organization and I got told I was undercutting the professionals. I'm not competing with a professional. I'm competing to get business that you as a professional are failing to get because you're too expensive. All right. That's what I'm after. Okay. I'm not interested in charging people $6,000 to film a soccer match with 4 cameras. Who can pay that? Stick to your corporate gigs, you know, or your big professional events. Stick to them, all right? I'm after the grassroots, not your professionals. So you do what you do, I'll do what I do, okay? That's what I say, okay? I'm not here to compete with you. I'm here to help out the grassroots clubs and organisations that can't afford, okay? Make it more affordable to get their message out there, to get their game out there, to get their brand out there. If they benefit from it, I benefit from it as well. Simple logic. But I'm not charging $6,000 for a 4-camera setup. That's ludicrous. Okay, so that's where I'm heading. I do have a contact board on the website. I'm just going to quickly go through this and then I'll finish up with Kevin's video. And there's the website. Okay, go check it out. Drop me in. Send me a message. You can do it through the contact board. You can watch previous episodes on the YouTube channel. There you go. You can watch them all. Or you can leave a comment, leave a review. I'm on Google Review as well. You can leave a comment on there for me as well, which I will then post onto the website as well. And then if you want to have any, you know, if anybody legitimately has an inquiry about a grassroots event or an organisation or a small business presentation that you want recorded or streamed, put your details in, send them to me. I'll deal with it. I'll get back in touch with you. We'll go from there. Okay. Right. That's where I'm heading. Okay. I'm not forgetting about what's got me here. Okay. So please don't fear. The podcast, Chewing the Fat, will still always be here. It's the home of Chew the Fat. Okay. And I ain't going to change. Okay. So this is where I'm at. Now, that's me. That's me for the week. And hopefully we can see a lot more interest generated for the upcoming events which are coming up. Support, help us especially. Riders, more riders. Okay, if you think you want to learn and want to begin racing, go do it. Just contact the club, get in touch. Nobody will put you off. And if they put you off doing it, that's their loss. Okay, now let's finish up with Kevin's video from the weekend. Guys, he took a lap around the islands out on the, I think it was North Stradbroke Island, I believe they went. But I'll let the video play out and you can see what they got up to. It's actually a cracking day for it. And 37 jet skis, believe it or not. So, nice work. But they had a few safety mechanisms in place, including a sweep. So, hats off to you guys. And successfully executed a good ride for everyone, which they all enjoyed, but it seems from the comments I've read. So well done to everybody there. All right, here's the video. And until next week, same time, same place, wherever you happen to be up to this coming weekend, have fun, stay safe, look after each other, take care. Thank you.
No controlo mi cuerpo cuando se mueve en el beat. No puedo respirar cuando estás cerca de mí. Baby, eres un 10, pero vamos lento. Lento que me entrego. Mi corazón de hielo. Controlo mi cuerpo en el beat. No controlo mi cuerpo. Tú eres el beat. Un sweet escape, baby, vamos lento. Baby, vamos lento. Enamorarnos luego. Baby, vamos lento. lento, baby, lento, lento que es un juego. Un sweet escape. Un sweet escape. Eres mi sweet escape. Contigo, mi sweet escape. Mi sweet escape.
Break.
No controlo mi cuerpo cuando se mueve en el beat. No puedo respirar cuando estás cerca de mí. Baby, eres un 10, pero vamos lento. Lento que me entrego. Mi corazón de hielo.